Betelgeuse, a red supergiant star located in the Orion constellation, is one of the brightest and most recognizable stars in the night sky. It's also one of the largest stars known, with a diameter more than 1,000 times that of our own sun. But what if this giant star were to explode in our lifetime? What would happen? This star has always been a beacon of light on the night sky, but in recent years, it's been causing some concern among scientists. As the star grows larger and loses luminosity, some are worried about what it could mean for the future of the star and the Earth. Brad Tucker, a famous astrophysicist, says this about the giant star. Betelgeuse has always been a weird star, but it's been particularly strange lately. It's normally one of the top 10 brightest stars in the sky, but it's dropped in brightness significantly. It's currently only about 2/3, as bright as it was just a few years ago. So what does this mean for Betelgeuse and for us here on Earth? Some theories are out there, as we might be the lucky generation that could witness the most spectacular event in Earth's history. This is a photo taken of the star in June 2019. It looks fine according to scientists, just as they thought it would look. A bright and giant star with expected shape and brightness. While this is a photo taken in December 2019, just half a year after the photo to the left. What baffled scientists was the apparent change that had happened to the star in such a small amount of time. You can clearly see that the star looks drastically changed in both shape and brightness from earlier. Andre Dupree, an astrophysicist at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, said this about the event. It's never been as faint as it was last February. Even just stargazing, catching sight of Betelgeuse from Honolulu in early January during the Astronomical Society meeting. The difference was clear. The constellation just looked weird. Absolutely weird. The brightest red star in the shoulder of Orion was not there. It was fainter than the others. That's not how it's supposed to be. What she and her colleagues do know is that scientists have been recording detailed observations of Betelgeuse for 150 years. And nowhere in those records does there appear anything like this fading event. Usually, the star dims and brightens over a cycle of about 420 days in a breath-like rhythm, growing and shrinking in size and luminosity alike. But this is different. As an old red supergiant, according to NASA, Betelgeuse is doomed to a messy fate. When the star runs out of fuel, it will explode in a brilliant supernova, spewing its innards across the cosmic neighborhood. In fact, the star may have done so already, and scientists are just waiting to see the aftermath. So, what if this were to happen? That Betelgeuse exploded into a spectacular supernova. What would the consequences be, and would we even notice it? While the exact timing of such an event is difficult to predict, if Betelgeuse were to explode as a supernova, it would have significant consequences for our planet and the wider universe. A fascinating aspect is that at its relatively close distance of 640 light-years from us, it could have gone supernova at any time from the 14th century onwards, and we still wouldn't know. Firstly, Betelgeuse is one of the brightest stars in the sky, and if it were to explode, it would briefly become even brighter than the full moon. This means that it would be visible during the day and would be an awe-inspiring sight to behold. However, this increased brightness could also cause temporary blindness for anyone looking directly at it. The explosion itself would release an enormous amount of energy, equivalent to millions of atomic bombs, and would produce a shock wave that would travel through space. This shock wave could potentially cause disruptions in our planet's atmosphere, such as increased levels of radiation and a temporary disruption of the ozone layer. However, the effects would likely be temporary and localized to the immediate vicinity of the explosion. In the longer term, the explosion of Betelgeuse would have a significant impact on the wider universe. It would release a large amount of heavy elements into space, which could eventually lead to the formation of new stars and planets. It could also potentially produce a black hole or a neutron star, which would have significant gravitational effects on nearby objects. As we contemplate the potential explosion of Betelgeuse, we are reminded of our place in the universe and our own mortality. The life cycle of a star, from its birth to its explosive death, is a reminder of the impermanence of all things in the cosmos. And yet, the elements that make up our bodies and the atoms that make up those elements were forged in the hearts of stars like Betelgeuse. We are all connected, inextricably linked to the universe around us. The potential explosion of Betelgeuse is a reminder that our time on this planet is limited and that we should make the most of the time we have. We should strive to appreciate the beauty and wonder of the cosmos and to use our brief existence to make a positive impact on the world around us. And as we gaze up at the night sky and wonder at the mysteries of the universe, we should be humbled by our own smallness and inspired by the infinite possibilities that lie beyond our world. I really hope you learned something new today and that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe and like this video. Thank you, and see you guys next time.